What up, guys? This is Dr. Vic, and you're listening to another episode here on the Mindful Experiment. As each week, I come out and share an episode with you of a topic of something that may be resonating with me, something I did talked with a coaching client, something that just inspired me that I know that can help you level up in your life, some way, shape, or form. In this episode, I'm stoked to share with you this. This is something that I went through this grind and this process in my life and had to break through barriers and programming and conditioning and all these different things that I went through that I needed to learn to break apart from so that I can expand, grow, evolve to be the person that I wanted to become in my life. And this is all about the perception of value. Now, if you haven't yet, check out my Discord server that I have. You guys will get a bunch of content. I'm slowly integrating over to it. So I've been loading. I sometimes post today I posted like 10 different things. Mindset stuff. There's health stuff on there. It's in the show notes. Go ahead and click on the Discord. It's an invite. You'll get access to it. And then every couple of days, I'm putting the roles on people. So you get access to the health and mindset side of things that I'm sharing. Eventually, I'll be fully on that. And that'll be my community to where I'll be sharing videos and content and then creating what we call a free membership for health and mindset. And then we're going to be shifting gears and also having a VIP section and a lot more. So I'm excited to share that stuff with you. So check it out, get involved, get on board with us as we are growing and expanding that community little at a time. But the one thing is that I read this story and I was like, oh my goodness, this is my life in so many ways. And I want to shift this in the mindset perspective because it's something that can drastically shift, change, alter your life in so many ways. And what this is there's a story that I shared, and it's not my story. I got it off the internet, to be honest with you. It was in a group I'm a part of. And I was like, oh, I got to share this with my mindset community. And what it is, it's a picture of a car. It's an old car that's just been sitting outside. The dust and dirt is built up. It's covering the tires. I mean, this thing has really been old. It looks beat up, right? And the father says, hey, you graduated school with honors and all that stuff. Here you go. I'm going to give you a car I bought so long ago. It's old. Before I give it to you, go take it to a used car lot and see how much they will sell it to you for. Right? So the daughter's like, okay, I'm going to go do that. So she takes it to an old used car lot, and the salesman said, hey, guess what? I'll give you about $1,000 for it. It's really old. She comes back, tells her dad, and then the daughter said, dad said, go take it to a pawn shop. Goes and takes it to the pawn shop, and the pawn shop guy looks and says, hey, this thing is really beat up. I'll give you $100. It's an old car. She comes back. Dad says, okay, great. Now I want you to go take it to a car club and go show them the car. She goes, and some people in the car offered her $100,000 because it was an iconic car and sought by many collectors, right? So the moral point of the story, the father says, hey, the right place values you the right way. If you are not valued, do not be angry. It doesn't mean it just means you're in the wrong place. Those who know your value are those who appreciate you. Never stay in a place where no one sees your value. This is something I had to learn so much in my life because I was a people pleaser. I didn't care who I was pleasing. I had to please them regardless. That's how I was taught, how I was raised, how I was conditioned, how I was programmed. And then I used to get frustrated. I used to get angry. I used to get upset. Why don't they understand me? Why can't they grasp what I'm trying to share, right? And I learned this over time. I had a challenge. There are people, family members, friends, people of your colleagues, people you go to school with. There are people who won't see your value, right? And you have to divorce them. You have to get away from them. Those are the pawn shop owners, maybe the used car salesman. Go find the people in your life that are the car collectors. The reason why is because they will value the uniqueness of what you have. And this is something I had to learn very strong because I had a lot of roadblocks with this. I had a lot of struggles. I let go of a lot of family members, a lot of friends. I've let go of a lot of people because they saw me as like a pawn, the pawn shop the owner did, or maybe the used car salesperson. They didn't see me as the car collector saw the car or saw me, right? And the thing I'm trying to say is you want to share and be around people like that because they will lift you up all the time. I don't like to be around or deal with people who may certain aspects or negative comments or like to talk about other people or whatever it may be, they're not in my circle. And I don't want to be around it. I have very strong guidelines about that. I want to be around people who we help level each other up. No matter what that is, we got each other's backs, but we level each other up. And it's concepts in our lives. And I've gone through a lot. I've let a lot of people go out of my life for these reasons. And yes, I got backlash and people got angry, but it was a thing that I had to do because there was a certain standard that I was going to live by. There's a code that I was going to only accept, and that is whatever it is. I want people to value me, see me for who I am, and the value of how I see myself. And this is critical because then it's going to help uplift you. It's going to help you level up to levels in your life and help you raise up and rise up instead of having to fight that uphill battle, right? And I learned this as a chiropractor too, in my own office with certain patients. I remember in 2016, we made a decision that the way we were running our office was too much of a people-pleasing office and not an office setting the tone for what we knew that can help the individual the best. Right. And I'll never forget it. I had a conversation and one person said to me, "Hey, would you be okay with getting care like some of your patients get care in your office?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. I would not do that." And they said, "Well, then why are you allowing it?" And I was like, "Dang it." And I'm like, "Cool. I appreciate this. I got to work on that now." And so it becomes a process, and it was a journey. It was a level of what is the level of what I want to see, valuing me and my work and my uniqueness and what I can offer to an individual, but at the same token, right, being part of that process. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to challenge you today, is that take a look at your inventory of your life and see who is the individual that sees you as the pawn, like the pawn shop owner does. Who's the individual life that sees you as maybe the used car salesman? And then who are the people in your life that are like the car collector, right? Get rid of the two, follow the ones that are the car collector. Understand that the journey won't be easy. It's not going to be fun. There's going to be a struggle in this process. People are going to think all the things in the world. They'll probably call you bad names or talk behind your back or whatever it may be. I've had all that and more. But at the end of the day, I feel better. I feel lighter. And I feel like my life has more purpose. My dad used to say this years ago, and he'll look at his hand. I'll never forget. He always looked at his hand, and he'll say, if you can find this many good people, friends in your life, and call them good friends, consider yourself very lucky. And at the time, I was a teenager. I had all the friends in the world. I got all these friends. What are you talking about? I got so many good friends, so many people that have my back and all this stuff, right? As I got older, I've gone around the sun now 37 times on this planet. One of the things is that I've learned I can't fill the hand anymore. I can't. I got room. I got room in there. And it was fascinating because it was one of the things in my life where I kind of took a moment and was like, hold up here. He was right. Because the people who have my back, the people I have in my life that I know no matter what I can turn to, I can share my heart to them, I can share my struggles, I can be vulnerable with them. They have my back. They see me like the car collector does. They know my value and worth. So even when I may doubt myself, they're like, no, you got more and more. You got more potential than you can ever imagine. Hey, dude, I know you can set your mind to it. When you do, you make things happen. Hell, Vic, I know that when you say you're going to do something, boy, do you do it. These are what they tell me. And it's my support group. It's there to see the value in me and never say, hey, maybe that's not meant for you. Right? Or maybe you're trying something that's just hard. It's only certain people can get there. See the difference in that dialogue? So I want you to take inventory of your life because this is going to help you expand with your health, your mind, your zest in life, because it's not taking energy away from you. It's adding to the energy of who you are. But at the same token, people appreciate you. People have respect for you. People will be there for you. And it's going to help you elevate in what you do. It's going to maximize everything you do because now you don't have people taking away from you. You have people adding to you to see your value. And there's a beautiful thing about energy. I'll do a podcast on this in the near future, talking about that energy, that zest, that substance, and how to build that up and how important it is to focus on your energy because wherever you're vibing at is what you create, what you experience, and what you have in life. And the key thing is if you can focus on that vibe, it changes everything. People who see you at a higher vibe than what you see yourself are going to slowly help you elevate to see, either to help you see it, then you'll be that, or you can help elevate you to get there. One way or another, it's going to happen. And so that is the key concept of what I want to share in this episode with you guys. Understand your value and only allow people in your life who see that value or even higher than that. Don't accept people who see less of the value than who you are, because you are unique. There is no other person in the entire world that's like you. There is no other soul in the entire multiverse of infinite universes that exist. There is no one else like you. So understand the uniqueness and the preciousness and the power of who you are and why you're needed, not wanted, needed, to help in the human experiment, to help into the Earth experiment, to help in the solar system experiment, to help into the Milky Way galaxy experiment, to help in within this universal experiment, okay, and the multiverse. Very powerful stuff here. I'm going a little deep here today. So I hope you find some inspiration in this. I hope you like what I'm sharing here today. Please, if you like the episode and you know someone who could benefit from this, pay it forward, share it with them. If you like it, share it with others, share a review. As always, I appreciate you guys. And until next time, keep rocking and rolling.